So here's another update video for the last one. So, like for his eyes, the main issue was that right now his eyelids, they aren't getting perfectly aligned because of this spacing issue back here in the back. I did alter the servo holder a little bit to kind of make up for that, but it's not working. So, and this piece right here is supposed to hold up the actual eyelid holder, part, so it doesn't get dragged down, but also it's too far down. So it's too far down and too far to the left. First option didn't work, so I have another option. For his neck, as we know, all that weight in the back is causing his head to be back heavy. And also, take note of how far the joint is from where all those servos are stacked. It's way too far forward, and the servos are also way too far forward. And I'll see how it kind of lost all strength, so yeah, that happened. So to fix it, I've done a couple things. For one, for his eyelid holder, instead of having it just to be, to hold it up, I've also added this part to hold it to the left. Or I guess the right. I also bumped this up like a 1.5 millimeters. Technically, this part is going to be clipping into this part, but since it's not aligned anyway, it doesn't matter. Now, for his neck, the major change. So, for his whole neck design, I had to completely redo everything. For one, his endojaw is completely different than what it was. Originally, it was just a spine that goes all the way through and connects to the back here. Couldn't have that, because this had to be in the middle, and this part here is also in the way. So I had to just build two arm pieces that come around and connect to the endojaw. It still lines up perfectly. I just had to really work around a lot of things. For his neck, pretty much I use the tower that the other servos are going to be, because this tower is going to have servos on the sides here, and this servo for his for his outside pieces, his outside shell is also right here. So pretty much all the weight's on this one tower area. So, and that's perfectly aligned with this joint. Now, one thing I don't like about it is that how far this is from way up here. Originally, it was like right here, but now it's way down here. So now that when I attach a servo to this, so for it to, turn his neck, whatever mechanisms I have for, where his shoulder would be, this might be interfering with it. So that might be a problem down the line I'll have to figure out. And it's not because of, it's got to be taller for whatever reason for the weight. No, it's because of how his jaw works. So whenever his neck is being moved, I'll just, I don't want to, why would I want to move a face? There we go. Like let's say he tilts his neck to the left or to the right, that's what it's going to look like when he moves. And it possibly clipping into the servo or the part itself is an issue. Now granted, this is with his mouth open. In this position, his mouth is fully open. I think it's at 30 degrees his mouth's open. I can't remember. But I had to bring it down because if this was any higher, this would just be bumping into this. Now, I could reprint this whole part. I don't want to do that because this is a lot less filament than this will be. But I might have to in the future, depending on what happens. Just because of things. So for the actual outside jaw servo holder, this right here, originally it would connect at the bottom to keep these two sides together. But I said I made this part right here. This perfectly fits in between this gap for the servo tower. Also, I had to redesign this whole piece here because of a T-spline issue. Basically a modeling issue. So let's say I bring this back. What was it? I think it was like 25. No, it's 15. It's 15 degrees. So it's 15 degrees. Ooh. Full, when his mouth is at its normal closed position. I think negative 22 is where his mouth's where his teeth are touching. Yeah, when his teeth at 22 degrees, his teeth are touching together where it's perfectly closed, and 15 is when it's, slightly open, and then so 15 from that is when his mouth's fully open. But you see it perfectly just arches over the spine right here, so I don't have to worry about when his jaw opens, it's gonna bump into it. Hopefully, I haven't tested with this because this is where the servo will sit here. It connects to here. It basically goes up and down, barely touching the side here. I don't even know if the jaw can open 15 degrees. I haven't checked, but I used a reference from an old implementation where when this part, since the bottom of this was connected, it would be flat and then arch upwards. Since the bottom of this part right here, this spine as I call it, when this arched up, it couldn't do that because there was the flat bottom in the way. So I basically carved at an angle, like at this angle right here, into the spine piece, so it's empty space. We could just go right into it, no problem. That was also the main reason why I had to redo this whole part, because I tried editing that part away and it just almost crashed all of my progress after 2 hours. So that's pretty much what his jaw is going to be looking like, and I'm not sure how stable it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be any more stable. I don't know if it's going to be better. Given from where he is now, his metal frame that I'm using, since the servo connector that makes his head look left and right is what sits on the metal frame, he's going to be a lot taller. So that's going to change. Don't know if that's going to be a bad thing or a good thing, but I guess we'll see. Yeah. Oh, also, I noticed this in Daco's little release trailer for the images for the Ruin DLC, and the second this game comes out, I'm going to find this thing, get the reference pictures, and I'm going to build it. That seems so stupid, but so funny. Well, yeah, that's it. Baha.